Guys, it's Josh with Tech Addiction, and today I'm going to tell you the reasons why you should not buy the iPad Pro. Okay, so before I just, dog it out and talk about it like a dog, I'm going to let you know some of their specs. So, besides the obvious, the form factor of the device, you're normally going to just plop this thing on the desk, leave it at home. I've seen parodies where people have used it as a coffee table, a desk, and they've just used it in so many funny, comical ways. It was funny. So I wanted to make a video letting you know why you should not buy this huge thing, because it's going to be a huge mistake. I just feel like it's almost like you're having a heavier, useless laptop because you can't use it like a laptop. I mean, besides the fact that, hey, Apple's pushing it towards artists, creators, okay, that's a good thing. Or not, because you may not be one of those people. Yeah, I just feel that soon they'll be coming out with an iPad Pro Mini soon, okay? Because it's just too big. Talking about the specs, okay. And now, the specs, just because the specs look good on paper and they have the 2-in-1 window and all of these features, they look so good. Remember, all of these features are going to be in the iPad Air 2. They're there already. You can buy it. The only reason why people are getting the Pro is because it's bigger. They gave you a gimmicky Apple Pencil and like an Apple keyboard. Come on now. Logitech has been making Apple keyboards for years and they're good at it. So there's the third-party keyboard. You don't have to spend all this money on the Apple keyboard. And let's talk about how you're going to be paying more for less. Okay, remember the iPad Air 2 came out. Everybody, oh my goodness, it blew their mind how thin it was. But guess what? I'm sticking to the iPad Air 1 first generation because this one has the biggest battery of the two. It's around 8,300 milliamps, something like that. So let me just go over the history of the batteries. Because the iPad Pro, after doing my research, is supposed to have a 10,307 milliamp battery. Oh my goodness, that is so huge. No, come on. Sorry folks, but Apple has yet again made you believe that the iPad has the biggest battery and it's the best ever, but you're wrong. The iPad 4th generation with Retina display with the Lightning connector, it resembled the iPad 2, which was the hottest seller, because they didn't really change the form, how it looked, the shell, but the internals changed. It had an 11,000 milliamp battery inside. 11,000. That's more than the iPad Pro. If you have one of those and you want to sell it to me, I'll buy it because that thing would last forever. So the way they made you believe that this battery is so huge and this is the best, battery, whatever, is because the iPad Air, when it came out, only had like around 8,300 milliamps. This is estimated. And then the Air 2 came out, it has 7,000. They keep reducing the size of the battery. And then they come out with more battery. And you're like, wow, my gosh, this is great. But they just took away something that you always had without you knowing it. And they're really good at doing it. Not to say I still won't be rocking some of their products and I'm bashing it, but who's to say, hey, if somebody gives me an iPad Pro, wink, wink, any sponsors, I'll take it. So, we talked about the batteries, we talked about the downsides, and we talked about the battery life that it has now. It has been confirmed from some unknown sources. Well, they're known sources, but I can't say their names on my channel because we're competition. But the iPad Pro has 3 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I've been hearing circulation that it has only 3, but here they're saying 4. Either way, RAM was never a big deal on an iOS device. Most games and stuff handle it very well, but in the day and age that more heavy graphic intense games are coming to the iOS device, maybe the Pro does have, you have a winner here, because that RAM will probably soon come into play. But right now, no, I don't think so. And I just don't think it's worth the money. That thing. Okay, they give you a Touch ID 2 sensor. Okay, that's found in the 6S. All right, it's faster. Whoop-de-doo. The resolution is 2732 by 2048 screen resolution. Okay. The screen size is 12.9, quoting from Apple's website that is 78% larger than the iPad Air 2. I don't know what to say. I don't want it that big. I don't. Do you want to see that, how big that is? This is almost the size of that screen. My MacBook. You see this? Can you guys see it? So it's gonna be about that size, but maybe a bit bigger. No, probably about this size. So I don't know. If you think you're gonna use that thing and lug that around, go ahead. The volume mute switch has been removed. Now this has been removed since the iPad Air 2. Everybody knows it. I'm still a big person of the mute switch because I'm in class, I forget to swipe up and I have to toggle it off versus I just hit a switch. They really need to bring that back. People, please, let's petition, bring back the mute switch. Okay, so they did a better job. It starts at 32 gigabytes instead of 16 gigabytes. 32, $800. Do you know what you can do with $800? With that pricing, you can get a gold aluminum Apple Watch. Yes, people, see it. Okay, you can get that. Boom, Apple Watch, throw it in the shopping cart. And you can get a used iPad Air. Used or refurbished, certified from whatever, through Apple or Best Buy or someone. You know, that $800 price tag is pretty steep. That's more than most televisions that people purchase, you know. So just think about those things, okay? So besides the fact that it's an iOS device repackaged in a bigger frame, I don't really see a reason for you to buy it. And with all of this said, all of these specs, all of these comparisons in and out, iPad Air, iPad 2, look, for now, I'm sticking with my iPad Air, first generation. The battery's great. This thing is almost, 2-3 years old. I say it's a good buy. This is a win. The iPad Pro, it'll be a win for some, but for me today, no way. So this has been Josh with Tech Addiction. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, stay teched up.